So we're doing a little bit of why Maremma Sheep Dogs.
About why we chose this magnificent breed for our homestead. So there was many factors in our deliberations. We considered all livestock guardian dogs at the time. Every livestock guardian dog can do the job. However, each breed has their own specific strengths. So depending on what your setup is like, what your life is like, really dictates which one would work the best for you. So after some pros and cons of other breeds, the Maremma just really stood out for us as just the perfect fit for us here.
Okay.
So we have small acreage here. And by small, I mean, I'm going to lump in everyone who is about 50 acres or less. I would consider small acreage. So with that small acreage, basically it really left us with a few of the perfect options. So it got narrowed down real quick due to the strengths of other breeds and their behaviors, the Maremma and the Great Pyrenees. So Great Pyrenees is very much a common sight. You see them now as house pets, as guardians. It's what everyone thinks of first as a livestock guardian dog. And so they're playing here. It's quite nice.
They're playing while we're doing a video about them.
They're so cute. Digging cool holes. So so basically at that point it became which one would be the best for us. We had some specific requirements. So we have 10 acres, so we're under the 50. We're a small acreage. We do have neighbors. We are zoned for farming, of course, and whatnot. So basically, we were considering a lot of different things. What stands out about the Maremma breed in a comparison with the Great Pyrenees? Number one, size. They are slightly smaller, not a ton, but depending on you and your setup, it could be a factor. So the females are typically around a 75 to 90, and the males are about a 90 to about 110 pounds. So significantly smaller than the male Great Pyrenees, which can get upwards of like 140 or 160 pounds, depending who's feeding them. So that was a big factor. Agility. I find they not only are super athletic looking, the Maremma, they are also very athletic looking. So when you look at them, they don't look like a big fluff ball. Their coat is very different. There's two styles of coats. So there is a very short coat, which I would compare kind of like a husky coat almost. And then there's like the slightly longer coat, which basically is just like a really nice length to them. So they're not long, where the Great Pyrenees is a long-coated breed of dog. Oh my goodness, your face. One of the perks for that is maintenance. I did not want to have to brush these dogs all the time. I did not want to have to worry about mats. I did not have to worry about bathing and, basically all of that type of maintenance. These guys do not mat. You don't have to brush them. Their coat is small enough. It's thin, silky. When they get dirty, basically when it dries, they're snow white again. It's the most amazing thing you've ever seen. Our house dog, our deck toller, Jade, has white toes. We called her princess toes for a long time. When she's out and playing in the mud here, when she dries, they're still red. When the Maremma can be brown, when she dries, snow white. It's magical. It's absolutely magical. So their maintenance was a big factor because I don't have the time to be brushing them every day and dealing with.
Let's talk about the white coat.
So he is going to be white
he is
later
gonna
on
be
as
white.
soon as he dries, which is amazing. And this is the long coat
Perfect.
here.
I was going to say we should definitely have a look at that.
So he took after his mama, which is one of the reasons why he was being held back. So he's super nice. Another
Beautiful.
thing is conformation. And since Beetlejuice is here, a good one, the Maremma typically do not have that extra toe. They do have it, but a lot of the times it doesn't come through the genetics.
Is that the dew claw you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
So Beetlejuice does actually have the extra toe. Do that little toe. And a lot of the Great Pyrenees they have it more commonly. That's not a hindrance or anything like that. It's just something different.
Right.
Another thing about the Maremma is their livestock guardian trait as a whole. They are considered a close-in livestock guardian dog. What that means is they typically like to stay with their charges versus do constant perimeter checks. That's not to say that they don't do them. They do. However, their preference is to always stay relatively close to the flock. For us, very important, because I had some super concerns. These dogs are powerful. They're driven. They're also bred for thousands of years to think on their own without input from me. When I give them a command, they take it as a suggestion. They will review it and let me know if they agree that that's the right action to happen. So these dogs,
from what I read regarding their intelligence,
yep,
is they're intelligent but independent,
very
strong-willed. And a lot of dogs, it's not that they lack intelligence, it's that they choose to do what they want to do.
Exactly. And they're bred that way.
Yeah, because they need to make life and death choices on their own. Absolutely. They're not with us at night. They have to know what to do.
Exactly. And so they will analyze the situation and apply the appropriate reaction. So if there is one livestock guardian dog in amongst a group of coyotes, but the livestock are not currently at risk, that livestock guardian has assessed the danger there, that they're most likely not going to win, but the livestock is not in danger, so they will kind of stand down. So they're not foolish.
Right.
Now, if the livestock was at threat, even with that coyote pack, even knowing that they probably would not win against an entire pack on their own, they will fight to the death because their charges are in danger. So those decisions are really good because the Maremma is an Italian sheepdog, and they're basically up with their charges, like in a mountain or the hillside on their own. Nobody is with them. Most times there's not even fences because the areas are so large. So they really need those skill sets to be able to thrive in their job and protect the investment of the farmers. These dogs, because they're so powerful, are able to jump over 6-foot fences. So that is one of the big reasons why I really liked the livestock close-in behavior, is because my livestock are typically not jumping over the fences, so they tend to stay closer. So just a little bit less of that roaming capabilities, where the Great Pyrenees is a perimeter type livestock guardian dog, so the roaming chances for them is significantly higher than the Maremma. They're on alert. There was probably a squirrel or a leaf dropped and it's not permitted.
Yep. They are on guard and they patrol all the time, which is wonderful. Hi, baby.
So another one that really set the Maremma apart, and then this is another big factor for us, was they are a responsive barker, which means that they don't just bark to announce, predators, I am here, I am on guard and on duty, and if you dare, I will engage with you. Like a Great Pyrenees, that is what they do. They announce to the world that they are here and on duty. The Maremma does not. They bark in response to the threat. So only as needed do they bark. And where we have neighbors, and just basically ourselves, we do work full-time jobs. Sleep's kind of important. The fact that they're just not going to bark from dawn until dusk is a big deal for us, right? That they bark in response. It also helps me know when a threat is real. If they start barking in that manner, I know there's a problem. And with livestock guardian dogs, they typically are not really supposed to engage. They will, they're bred to be able to do it and succeed, but their major role is to deter. If they are barking, there's something going on. Ideally, the farmer should go and investigate in case they do need to support their dogs. So it's nice to know if she's barking, there's a reason, I should hightail it and see what's going on, versus a Great Pyrenees. They're barking because they want to. It makes it a little bit more tricky for us to kind of analyze and help support our dogs if we need to. So those are some of the other things. Now, as a whole, for livestock guardian dogs, they have been bred for thousands of years to do this job without us, but they've also been bred specifically to remove prey drive. So they should have basically no prey drive, very next to nothing. Livestock, other animals, they know this. Don't ask me how, I don't know, but I have seen it time and time again. Animals just know they are not a threat. They will go up to them. They're not intimidated by them. They will seek out Cujo. So we have a little clip of our house cat, Pebbles, who adores Cujo, coming out from hiding or sleeping, whatever she was doing, to love Cujo because she's in the house here.
We'll put that in here.
Yeah, and, you might know, we have other dogs. You might think these are just doing it forever. No. They do not like the other dogs. This is only what they will do with Cujo. They'll all come out, they'll love her. Their temperament as a guardian, which all livestock guardian dogs have, is just the need and want to nurture. And it is the most beautiful thing to see. We have a few clips. Maybe scroll back through some of our amazing videos and see. When we were fostering kittens, there was a few cats. Medusa was one. She actually nursed off Cujo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Cujo didn't have milk. Cujo was still a puppy. And she would nurse on her ear, like here, like on her stomach. Didn't matter. Just loved Cujo. And Cujo allowed that. Cujo will protect the babies. She will help support moms in birthing need. She will eat the placenta if they don't eat the placenta, which is part of their breeding basically, because that scent can draw predators. So overall, this is kind of a broad spectrum of why we chose Maremma. We love Maremma so much that we didn't even humor getting maybe throw Great Pyrenees in with Cujo as seeing how they compare. She is just the most perfect dog. She is able to do her job outside. I don't have to worry about animals in need because she will protect them. She will love on those babies and make sure they feel good. We have baby lambs who, when they're triplets, the mom basically will run off with two, and then the third or the fourth baby basically gets forgotten, and Cujo will actually either stay with them or help walk them up to their mom. It's amazing, and it's something that awes me every day. She also can come in the house, and she is just the perfect house dog.
And we have clips of that in here,
Yes.
showing her inside.
And she's so calm. For a large dog, their temperament is just so calm, well behaved. She doesn't jump on us. She's not hyper crazy. She is better behaved than her actual house dogs.
And that's another thing that I don't know if we touched on. It's their energy and exercise requirements. They are considered medium to low energy.
Yes.
And while they do need exercise, they don't need running, and they'll get plenty or all of their exercise just by doing their daily job. Exactly. They're not a hyperactive dog.
Exactly. And so, depending on your lifestyle, that's really good.
Yeah.
One point I did actually forget in our breakdown of dogs, the Great Pyrenees and the Maremma are the same. They're typically really easy to engage with other people depending on how you socialize them and raise them and what your expectation is of people on your farm or around your dog. So they love people as well, which is really great. They also are tolerant of other dogs. Saying that, if you have a female livestock guardian, I recommend that you do not have them with other female dogs because they are as close to coyotes and wolves as we can get in a dog breed. That primitive nature is there, and that same-sex aggression is no joke. And once it happens, you can't undo that action. So they do work in opposite pairs, which is why we have a Beetlejuice and not a female Beetlejuice. Paired with Cujo, opposite sex work well, and that includes when you're mingling them with your house dogs or other dogs as well. And it's just that Temperament as a whole is in this most beautiful little white package.
Yes.
And I just adore it. And, they're so easy to train because they're so smart. And when you're training them, it's a little bit different. It's all positive. You're not telling them to do something. You're asking them if they would consider coming to you when you call them. They, determine whether or not that's acceptable to them at the time, which is why they're considered independent and stubborn, and they're not high on the list of intelligence because as humans, we rank intelligence as how obedient they are, which is why border collies are up there as a number one, and these are not on the list.
Right.
Even though they can work and analyze problems and apply the right, it's because they're not typically an obedient dog. So be aware.
Border collies are considered intelligent because they
So
obey.
obedient.
But if you talk to somebody who has a border collie, they will tell you exactly what that pet is like. And that pet is 24/7 maintenance.
Yes.
It needs to be engaged with you all the time.
Exactly.
It's not independent in the way that not only can it not think for itself, but it can't entertain itself. It can't amuse itself.
Yeah, it needs a job.
Yeah.
It is a working dog. And we have a toddler, which is very comparable.
Yep.
And, the attention span that she needs from us is crazy. While they love us, they could probably also go like a year without seeing me too. Like they don't thrive on that attention. Like she desperately needs it more than air. So it's just overall
Doing their work right here
yeah.
while you're talking.
The other thing is Maremma are rare here.
Yes.
Which, I like rare. I like to
Yeah.
have things that other people typically don't have, because it's a unique experience as a whole. We spent, I think it was 2.5 years looking for a Maremma. We didn't even look at the Great Pyrenees once we decided this is what we wanted. I was searching all of the Atlantic provinces in Ontario and also upwards to Alberta because this is what we wanted. And they just weren't super common. And we found a fantastic breeder here. And so it just all came together as a perfect fit. And there's no regrets. I only wish we had a larger property so we could have more.
Yeah, that's always your thing. Just more, right?
Because they're perfect. And like you see here, this is exactly what they should be doing. They're resting, saving energy, because predators typically are at dusk and night. So that's where they expend their energy. And you can see Beetle, even though now he's looking at me, but he's actually looking at a goat and her baby over here, and he's gonna go check in with them. So I'm super thrilled with this breed. I can't say enough how amazing they are. They surprise me every day. The fact that she trains him on the job, the instincts there, they just need a little bit of guidance and positive reinforcement, and it's just amazing.
That's awesome.
Amazing. So if you're looking, I definitely encourage you to go through and be honest with yourself about what your setup looks like, about what does your acreage look like? Do you have a lot of friends come over? Do you have inside dogs? What's your property like? What's your predator load? Because even though they work good in a pair, you should not just get a pair. It depends on your predator load for how many that you would need. That's why we have two. So, think all those through, find the livestock guardian that works for you, and then go from there. But these guys get my vote. Even if we had thousands of acres, I would still always have the Maremma.
Absolutely.
They hit all of the boxes I was looking for and then some, and I can't go back now. They are fantastic. So give them a try if you're looking for them. Find a suitable breeder, purebred, then you get them all, and, love them. They're just fantastic. Stay tuned for other videos. We often do videos of these guys of showing what they're doing. We'll be showing more as Beetlejuice progresses. He's 20 weeks old. I can't really remember how old he is now. He's still a puppy, but already he is learning so much. He's learning how to just kind of check in with the livestock, how to supervise the livestock and not engage, kind of do a perimeter check. He does it with his mom, and how to save energy during the day for the night, how to bark at strangers, how to stop barking when he's told. So it's all those things, and we'll have plenty more videos of cuteness, because in the spring we'll be having babies, and this will be his first time with babies, and you won't get anything cuter than a livestock guardian interacting with their babies. But that's all for now. You're going to have to watch the rest of the videos as they come up to see if you get to see how amazing these guys are as they work on our farm.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. And this is an awesome dog, and I'm so glad you could join us and you were interested to hear about the Maremma dog. Bye.